の剣属性を断つ。
Fun smoke's over for now, bro. I wish we had gun smoke every day, dude. I gotta farm more. Shop coins, guild shop coins. Gotta get that new machine gun up to R6 or whatever. With a music playlist, I don't really have a playlist. I've always thought about making one. Because I figured, I was like, maybe I should make my own playlist. I think at one point I did start making my own music playlist, but that was like years ago. Maybe I'll get back to building those, putting those playlists together eventually, but not sure when I'll return to doing that though. Excuse me. I guess it's a good time you ask me though, because just before stream started, I was listening to some Nikkei soundtracks. So maybe you can look for like Nikkei soundtrack playlists and get yourself hyped up that way. Like a playlist of all the different kinds of all the different boss fight themes and shit. I would suggest that. What am I doing here? Let's see. Easy mode is already done, I guess. So now we do hard. These are both physical. Okay, they're both weak to the same thing. Okay. I thought I was looking at that wrong or something. Well, Oh, there's the final battle too. Wait a minute, hold up. This is oh, this is Wandering Hunter. Okay, I know exactly who to use against that bitch, or this bitch. For optional, we can probably just run the classic, like the classic Astra Yanagi and Yabi. Yeah, I guess technically taking this one would be better for would be better for Yidari. Yeah, Kiseti, just been playing Yakuza a lot today. Normal game, can you believe it? I mean, ain't nothing wrong playing another game. People get burnt out from gacha games all the time. Even I don't want to play gacha games constantly all the fucking time. So. Catch you later. Enjoy the stream. Hey, no problem, man. Catch you. Hopefully, we'll see you later. Sponsor money help you in any way? What do you think, Shimazaki? Why do you think I took it in the first place? Yeah, I know Monte Cristo is up. I'm not pulling for him though. Gotta save for the collab characters. Owner of VNDB is now gone. Visual Novel Database. Why? What happened to him? Curious why I consider TOF as an MMO. I'll be honest with you, KS Lord. I'm sure you know better than I do. I'll be honest with you. I was kind of talking out of my ass with that one. But I remember at the time that TOF came out. Obviously, you know, I'm sure TOF is a lot different today than it used to be. You know, however long ago when it first came out, like 4 years ago or so. But at the time that TOF came out, it was marketed more as an MMO. Either that, or I just had the vibes that it was more of an MMO than an actual gacha. Again, it might be strange to you, to people who actually play TOF nowadays. But those were my impressions of it back then. And of course, I never played TOF, so unnaturally, it's like I just kept the same I just kept the exact same impressions as I did, you know, all way back when. He passed. Oh, he straight up died. Oh well, shit. I mean, I figure. Oh, he probably like just like you know, like left. He probably just like went off to do something else or something like that. I didn't know he actually fucking straight up died. Well, that's unfortunate. Condolences to him. Well, condolences to his family if he had any. I never really used the VNDB myself. I'm not really that big of a fan of VNs, but I know about it. Final. Weren't there supposed to be 4 stages? Why am I already doing the final one? Yeah, because I haven't done the Miyabi one yet. Unless the game just wants me to do it at the end. Might be the case. Hell, you saw it for me? Oh, I'm only doing extreme. I'm not bothering with the insane. Extreme is good enough for me. It's comfy. And yeah, the Mihoyo collab is right on the corner. Yeah, you're right. They're even the NA Twitter account is even starting to drip market it. How am I farming Saint Quartz that fast? You think I'm farming Saint Quartz fast? Because it don't seem fast to me. Nah, bro, I've just been saving for months. Today's stream was such a joke. Which stream are you talking about? Hopefully you're not talking about mine. Yeah, I never did the optional stage. Was I supposed to do it first? Hey, yo, Pixel Tree, how's it going, man? Thanks for stopping by. And yeah, thanks for watching that video, bro. I've been working on that video for what, like a month or two now. Initially, I meant to work on get that video out much sooner, but real life sucks. I have no choice there. But it's finally done now, so that's all I can really ask for at this point. But yeah, glad you enjoyed it, my dude.
この刀に誓おう。刀はもう鞘。六下に定まった報いよ。この気を逃さず。Hey,
ISI, how's it going, man?
追撃します。任せたね、ヤネ。上出来だ。響きな魂の歌。本執行です。無意味なあがきです。ドローですね。即座即決。勝負あり。反弱消えてまた光る。勝負あり。心身一撃。
Stream like a preview stream for the Mihoyo movie, all that hype, and stream for a picture in 2026 release year. We already knew. Yeah, the Japanese companies seem to have a tendency to like. I don't want to say have a tendency to do this because it's only happened once before, but like that reminds me of the announcement stream that they did for, what was the game called again? Virtua Fighter 6, I think it was, where people were super excited about, oh, they're gonna announce more news for Virtua Fighter 6 because they said they were working on that. But then when the last stream they did, when people tuned in, all they did was fucking go over shit like people already knew, that shit that they already announced before. So it was like a huge letdown. So it kind of reminds me of that. But, yeah, I hope that's not a trend. A trend of Japanese companies being so wildly out of touch with their consumer base that they just do these fucking PR streams that reveal nothing new. But, you know, Japanese companies at the end of the day, so what'd you expect? Well, what's new, right? What is this guy? Abyssal Enforcer. Oh, it's the enemy version of the boss version of what was it again? Hugo. Weak to physical. What about this? Okay, we got Yexin Guang's bro. so we know exactly what to bring against his ass. Who is this? Miasma Ravager? I think this is the big-ass roly-poly dude. At least I'm pretty sure. Hold off on that guy for now. I want to see what the other bosses are. We got Boss Saint Tontus. He's easy to bully. I think normally I would bring Yeshinguang here, but we can bring somebody else here instead. Optional fight is, right, optional fight is this guy. Optional fight, if that's the case. I wonder which buff between these would be technically better. Probably this one, because I plan to use I want to use these two. Then which one was it again? Mercury, yeah. And that means that if I use Astra for that team, then the fire team that I want to use for against the Miasma dude is this does mean that I break up some of these teams here. I don't know if I don't know if I want to do that per se. This ether. Actually, no. This dude's weak to ether, so never mind. We still have. We can still use all our premier teams here. Never mind. Fuck this bitch. Wait until you watch 3 hours of merch shilling from Grand Blue. Oh, I already have the taste of that whenever I watch Blue Archive streams. Hell, even the FGO streams do that like half the time, like 75% of the time too. Though thankfully it's not nearly as long as whatever the fuck Grand Blue Fantasy does. Hey, yo, Mass Knight, how's it going, man? Welcome back. Been suffering in the layers of hell known as essence etching. How many Mindscapes do I have on Alice and Jane? 0. The only limited character, the only limited S rank character I have in this game who's above M0 is Bernice, and the only reason why that is because I spent the 150 bucks on the spending event in Zenless a couple months ago, and I exchanged for Bernice. It's like the only reason why. All the limited S rank characters I have in this game are S0. Or sorry, M0. As much as I would love to, I never go for more than one copy of a character. At least not for now. Yeah, you're good, AG Sunshine. Yeah, they're called Mindscapes in this game, so M is fine. Good thing about it is that you'll never hear, "Oh, you only clear endgame because of your dupe characters." I mean, the only Hoyo game that you can really say that for is Star Rail, and you know it's not exactly surprising. But and even then, it's like, well, the only endgame mode in Star Rail that really applies to it, you can say, "Oh, you only cleared it because of your dupe characters," is fucking anomaly arbitration or arbitration anomaly, whichever way you say that in. Whichever order you say that in. And it's like, who cares if you do anomaly arbitration anyway? It's like, it doesn't give you any gems. Like, sure, the crafting resin is great and all, like, and that's really nice, but no gems, so if you don't want to do it, you don't have to. But like, for every other game mode across all the big gacha games, like, you only need one copy, dude. Anybody who says that, oh, you need more than, you need at least like fucking everyone I see to be able to clear any endgame mode is fucking retarded, or they have a skill issue. You know, take your pick. Also, Omnista, thanks so much for the 40-month reset, man. Welcome back. Thank you, thank you. Thanks for stopping by as usual. It feels like Star Rail makes copies mandatory to have a functioning character. No, you just listen to too many dog shit Star Rail YouTubers. Cause like I bet you say that about Aglaya, right? Oh, Aglaya isn't a functioning character without S1R1. Or what's light cones called in Star Rail again? What's their fucking acronym again? It's like S is their light cone. So E1S1. It's like, oh, you know, that used to be a whole fucking thing last year. Oh, Aglaya isn't a functional character without S1S1. Meanwhile, I'm able to clear it with fucking S0 E0 S0. Alright, dude, not a functioning character, by the way. Me being a sarcastic asshole aside, it's more accurate to say that Hoyo definitely does heavily incentivize you to try to go for extra mindscapes. But to say that they're not functional at S0 or at E0 is kind of like, bro, what are we even talking about here? Like, are we playing the same fucking game? We should be. Hey, on me stuff. How's it going? I'm doing fine. Get a little stream in, try to do Threshold before I go off to work today. You've heard saying it's not, it's not just heard, he is botting his own shit. I mean, you know how I can tell. I can tell because normally whenever, and at least last year in the past, back when he was at his height of his popularity, because he mainly had Tectone still sucking or he was still sucking Tectone's dick back then. I mean, technically still is, but the point is that last year when I used to make videos roasting St. Tontus or like talking or trying to roast the rats just in general, I used to get shit tons of like antis and his fucking fanboys talking mad shit in my comment section like within hours of me posting my videos and shit. Now, whenever I make a video fucking roasting his ass, it's like, nah, bro. His fanboys don't do shit. Like, where'd they all go, bro? Like, I used to watch my videos get fucking Omega dislike botted. Well, not botted, but Omega dislike bombed. But nowadays, like, oh, well, what's that? Well, would you look at that? My like-dislike ratio for my videos is, you know, still at 90+%. So much for the rats, you know. So I feel like he's bought his own shit like 100%. Like I don't know how you can argue that. Theory crafters are the worst people you can ask for advice in most gachas because they set their expectations around different standards than the average player. I would disagree with you respectfully, God's Cup, in the sense that I wouldn't blame the theory crafters for that. The way I see, unless of course there are some theory crafters out there who not only theory craft but also they try to give advice to people and they're like, oh, you should use these characters, blah blah. If they do that, then yeah, at that point I can't defend them. But in my mind anyway, I don't default to blaming TCs for that. I just blame everyone else because in my opinion, TCs are mainly there to give us the strategies. They're the ones who figure this shit out for us in the first place. So again, barring examples of TCs or smart boys who also try to give advice on top of that, as long as they don't do that, that means that all they're doing is just showing us the ropes, right? And it's up to us to figure out what we want to do with that, or it's up to us to like extrapolate. Oh, we should do this or we should do that. Like we decide, we can decide whether or not we want to follow what the TCs have discovered, like word for word, or oh, I don't have these exact characters. Let me see what other teams I can put in here on that might work instead, because obviously not everybody has all the characters. I would put more of the blame on just on just the general community, man. Well, not even just the general community. I would blame more content creators, right? Because it's one thing for regular players, right, who don't have a platform, who are just kind of they're just doing it for the love of the game, right? I wouldn't necessarily blame like the individual player who comes to the conclusion, who comes to like weird conclusions about meta and shit, and they're like, oh, you should use this or you should use that. Like, obviously they shouldn't do that, but like at the same time, you can't exactly control that. People are gonna come to weird conclusions about shit all the time, so it's like, you know, there's only so much you can do to stop that. So instead, my opinion is that it's more the burden and responsibility here in this situation is more on the creators, the content creators, the YouTubers and the streamers, because they're the ones with platforms, they're the ones with audiences, they're the ones who, you know, at least to their own viewers, at least, like they have the clout, for lack of a better term, to be able to influence other people on what to think or say, at least, you know, when it comes to their respective interests. So, in my opinion, I think that it's more the responsibility of creators, such as myself, to make things clear about these sorts of things. To be like, hey guys, like, you know, to like actually give sound advice or about team building and shit. Or if they don't know, right? If they don't have the best idea about, oh, you should run this team or you should run that team, they should just say honestly, like, hey man, I don't know. Maybe you can go check out somebody else and see if they know more about this than I do. Problem is, most creators out here have a fucking ego, myself included. But at least, you know, at least for me, in my case, I have the fucking, you know, I have the fucking wherewithal to be like, you know, hey, I don't know the answer to your question, man. I'm sorry, I don't know if I can help you. Maybe you should look around and try to find somebody else who might know the answer, because I don't know if I can help you. I don't want to feed you like bad information, or I don't want to feed you fake news or anything. But the problem is that a lot of content creators don't have that sort of wherewithal, you know? Like everybody wants to come off as like, oh, they know everything about gacha or some shit like, or some bullshit like that. For Acheron, though, the teams feel way too restrictive. Unfortunately, that's just how all the big gacha games are. You get the right characters and you piece those teams together. The only time it kind of wasn't like that was like year 1, year 2 Genshin maybe, because the reactions were strong enough on their own where you could kind of like, as long as you had characters that all had abilities that kind of sort of worked with each other, it's like, yeah, you could probably make something of that. But even Genshin these days, I mean, it's been like this for the past 2 years, I think. They've since moved away from that. Enfield is kind of the same way. Enfield's kind of weird. It kind of reminds me of how Enfield works mechanically. Kind of reminds me of how Genshin used to be back in the day. But even Enfield is like, well, you sort of need to have these specific characters that have abilities that do these specific things that make your rotations work. So it's like, I don't know how many flowers I can give to Enfield in that respect. But unfortunately, that's just kind of how these gacha games are. Maybe you can get lucky, and maybe some of your teams are a bit more flexible in terms of which characters you can run. But a lot of the time these days, it's like if they're pushing like a premier character, if they're pushing like a top rarity character, it's likely because they want you to. They're also pushing like an entire team along with them. Especially with Star Rail, because remember, Star Rail is a turn-based game, and you can't really do shit in a turn-based game, right? In a turn-based game, there's no such thing as mechanical skill unless you're playing like a Mario and Luigi game, like Superstar Saga or whatever the latest Mario and Luigi game was. Like it's at least you at least have a little bit of wiggle room in like Enfield, WoW, Zenless, and Genshin, because you know these are all action RPGs, so your own mechanical skill can make up for, can sometimes be just enough to make up for like, oh, maybe you don't have like the best teams or whatever. oh, you don't have all the S rank characters, you don't have all the 5-star characters to like really put together the absolute top tier team that you'd like to use. But hey, you have somebody else, and sometimes they're just barely good enough, or they're good enough, and your own personal skill can close the gap there. But Star Rail, there's no such thing like that. Star Rail is by far the most oppressive in terms of like quote unquote power creep, and it's for that reason, because you can't do shit. All you can do is try to give your characters the best possible gear, and you fucking pray for the best. Like, I guess there's an argument to be made where it's like, oh, if you play on manual, then yeah, maybe by playing manual you'll be able to like maybe you'll be able to eliminate some of the dumb shit AI RNG that comes with auto. But even then, I feel like it's not quite enough. This is the nature of turn-based games, unfortunately. Got a big headache right now. Hope you feel better then. Played Star Savior. The Horse Girl Erasing part? Horse Girl Erasing part. I don't know what you mean by that. Like, does it have an Uma Musume style gameplay loop? Is that what you're saying? Excuse me. You're okay with non-story upcoming spoilers? You mean leaks? Yeah, sure. As long as they don't have anything to do with story, yeah. No story leaks. But anything else that I'm fine with. Hey, Stucker fan, welcome to the stream. Or welcome back, I should say. Watching my most recent video was really good. Hey, thanks, man. Thanks for watching it. Let me go back to reading YouTube chat here. Enfield power increase by dupes is also insanely low. Like Tongtong only has like a 9% improvement. Yeah, it's not that big of a deal, yeah, thankfully. It's exactly how the first game was too, but like maybe 1 or 2 exceptions. If I had to watch either Star Wars or Lord of the Rings, which one would I watch? Probably Lord of the Rings. Just going off of reputational vibes. If somebody gave me 10 grand for it, 10 grand? Shit, fuck it, dude. Yeah, I'll watch. If I could get 20 grand for watching both, I'd watch both. But if I could only get 10 grand for watching one trilogy or another, then I'll pick Lord of the Rings. What is the benefit? Higher placement on the. If you have more viewers, then your stream filters up to the top, or it filters up more towards the top. And whenever people click on your category, if your channel is among the top ones, then your people are more likely to click on your stream. So, the way I understand it, the content creator, the streamer meta is to like not viewbot explicitly, but viewbot just enough so that it's within reasonable, like, believable boundaries. But viewbotting yourself, still viewbotting yourself enough to the point where you are firmly in like the top row of streams that people see on like either Twitch or YouTube or Kick or something like that. And then that way, you're more likely to get actual real viewers. That's the strat, I would assume. St. Tontus is losing loyalists. I don't know about that. I'm sure he for sure still has his loyalist core of dick suckers, but he certainly doesn't have the same sway as he did before, especially now that his Enfield grifting tactic largely didn't really work out, at least not as well as he wanted it to. Usually people who watch TCs like Zajeff streams, those are more hardcore players who themselves like to deep dive into technical stuff. Yeah, like, I don't mind if people like actually talk about meta because they enjoy talking about it and they're not a fucking retard about it. Like, if talking meta and talking about, like, discussing how the game works on a mechanical level, like, I like doing that too if I know enough about a game as well. So I understand where they're coming from. It's like all the other fucking casuals or retards who think they know shit, but actually don't, you know, blabbing their mouths about, oh, I think you should do this, or I think you should do that. Because, like, honestly, if you're a true, like, enjoyer of, like, a game's meta, you will never, especially of a gacha game meta, you will never be like, oh, you should use this team, you should use that team. Or like, oh, you don't have this character, you fucking suck. But, you know, lo and behold, that's how a lot of gacha players out there fucking behave. You heard Tectone always wanted that respect that Zajic gets within the realm of Genshin. I mean, what I just said perfectly describes Tectone. Tectone is like your average, minus the whole fucking, you know, his fucking sexual allegations, putting that off to the side for a moment. Tectone is basically the epitome of your average, non-committal, casual-ass gacha player who desperately wants to come off as like, oh, he knows a thing or two about gachas, like, oh, he knows ball, right? He knows ball about gacha games. But in reality, he doesn't, because he barely plays these fucking games outside of, you know, for content purposes. It's like, actually, perfect. It's actually you're actually the perfect person to say that, Chisa, because it's exactly like your friend that you told us about like weeks or months ago, where like your friend wants to buy new gacha accounts because they want to come off as like, oh, they want to be known as an OG of a gacha, like when it first comes out or some shit like that. It's the exact same thing, maybe a few steps removed or some shit, but it's largely the same. The fact that we have people out here who want to have the clout of being a well-respected member of the community, but don't want to put any effort into actually becoming one. There's a Last Origin VA who voices Celestia in Last Origin. Shares with Super Creek. I guess it makes a lot of sense then. Funny because casuals like casual CCs like M-Tash and M-Trash and Dicktone were the faces of Genshin and gacha scenes in the West. Yeah, they used to be. Thank God they're not anymore. Good fucking riddance. Well, M-Trash might come crawling back eventually, but we'll see. But yeah, unfortunately, that's how it is, you know? You know, a CC who makes Wuwa videos, but he bought his account, he brought his accounts. You mean he purchased them, he bought them? I mean, people buy accounts all the time. I wouldn't necessarily hold that against him as long as his content is good. Like, yeah, it'd be better if he actually fucking grinded on his own account, but it's got Uma-like training. Okay, I see. I think I know what you're talking about, actually, because I think I've seen other people, like, play Star Savior, and I think I've seen that like, stat training gameplay part, I think. In 3.0 Zenless, we're basically getting a new element, wind, in upcoming Zenless. Oh, cool. I always figured Zenless should have, like, what, more than 5 elements, but I guess they're gonna slowly introduce more elements slowly over time. But this is our first new element in, like, what, 3 years? 2 years, technically? Expect a lot of wind chilling. Yeah, of course. If it's a new element, then yeah, naturally. Guess they decided to bring back the wind. Oh yeah, that's right. It was in the closed beta before, wasn't it? Yeah. I think Sokaku was initially supposed to be wind or some shit like that, or some other characters. We had some of our debut characters were supposed to be like wind element, right? People's P brain functions like lots of viewers must be good. Yeah, exactly. God, you have no... well, I can't say you have no idea, because obviously you're the one who brought up first God's Cup, but I'll tell you this much, man. Last year, when I first started getting on, like... when I first started putting myself on the Rats' radars, I used to... Back when you know, St. Tontus's or Tectone's fanboys used to fucking harass me on a daily fucking basis before I was like, alright, I've had enough with you fucking pieces of shit. And started banning all of them. Like, bro, one of their main arguments, if you could even consider it a fucking argument, whenever they come into my stream talk shit, was, these Tectone and St. Tonda is so much bigger than you, so they're better. Yeah, too bad bigger viewership doesn't equate to bigger a bigger fucking brain cell count. Fucking retards. Sorry, I have to go AFK a bit. Don't you see? Yeah, I already saw your message, Lazy. Sure, you don't have to repeat yourself. Thing about Viewbone, it's hard to punish mainly because there are rare cases. If not even rare, Dr. Zero. I feel like it's pretty common. I mean, Tectone, thanks to that Misgift dude, who fucking doxed a DM from Tectone or something like, or some shit like that. Yeah, we know Tectone's been doing that shit himself. Yeah, paying somebody else to bot his channel for him. See, I know if Tectone's doing that shit, then yeah, I would assume I would assume a lot of other people who also bought their own streams also do the same shit too, where instead of botting it themselves, they just have somebody else do it for them. Oh yeah, KS Lord, yeah. Can't wait for NT to come out so that way we can see we can watch the fucking TOF community fucking chase his ass out. Fucking shove a 10-inch fucking dildo up St. Tonda's ass this time. See how he likes it then. Which Star Savior's current cast of characters has had more variety to them. Time will tell if future ones look better. I'm sure they will, but yeah, it would be nice. It would be. I guess it'd be nice if they had more variety now. Sokaku and Nicole, and really, Nicole was win too. Wow, that's quite the concept. I wonder if they're going to give us S rank versions of both of them, and they both turn out to be wind as kind of like a callback to their as like a reference to the beta, to the closed beta. And hey, Crackcaster, welcome back. They rely on small channels to have any actual content at all because they're so uncreative to create something themselves. It's not that I think they're uncreative. Like, if they really wanted to, I'm sure they can make their own actual original content, even if it is like, you know, pretty similar to what everyone else is doing. It's just React Andy content is just so goddamn potent as far as content creation goes. Reaction videos are just so fucking popular, man. Like, as horribly overdone as they are, it's like people love watching other people's reactions, dude. That's never gonna change. So like, why stop doing it, you know? Like, Tectone, sure. I can buy the whole like, oh, Tectone is a fucking smooth brain fucking down syndrome retard who can't think of anything to do on his own in terms of content. But like, I'd be willing to at least give Saint Tontus, on the other hand, the benefit of the doubt that, oh yeah, if Saint Tontus had to, right? If one day he decided to turn over a new leaf, which yeah, right. But hey, let's assume for now. Let's imagine for now. If push came to shove, then yeah, I would guess that Saint Tontus would at least be capable. I don't know if he'd be good at this, but he'd at least be capable of like coming up with something to like coming up with some form of content to truly call his own. I mean, he did graduate from college after all, whereas Tectone didn't. Assuming that the rumors were true that Tectone never even graduated high school either. Insane. Yeah, Shauna, I even posted like the very first Discord messages between me and him from like 5-6 years ago. Yeah. And honestly, I've known I like the amount of time that I've known Tectone for, like, we were cool, dude. We were cool for like the majority of the time that we'd known each other. It's only recently, like since last year, that I was like I was like he and I have like been like, you know. But hey, you know, I guess I should have seen it coming, you know. Considering apparently Tectone's been like this entire fucking time. So hey, I guess my bad, dude. I guess it's my bad. Should have known better, I guess. Do you think theory crafters should also play more gacha? I mean, if they consider themselves content creators, then yes. But I don't put as much pressure on like the theory crafters, because they're among our biggest pillars in the community. Because if they don't theory craft about shit, then who else is gonna do it? You know. I mean, I'm sure other people will take their place, but you know that doesn't mean their work is any less valuable. Like for theory crafters, like I don't expect them to play as many gacha games, because obviously, you know, if they theory craft for like Genshin or a specific gacha game, then naturally they're gonna have to spend a lot of the time with that game, whether actually playing it or like or not, because they're like, you know, parsing information that they're getting from like social media or something. So for them, I don't expect the same thing, but it'd be nice if they played some more gacha games too. It's mainly the content creators who are not theory crafters that I expect them to play more gacha. Why do we hate Mtashed? Mtashed is, at least to me, the reason why I dislike him as a creator is because he comes off to me as your run-of-the-mill, generic-ass dog-shit gacha creator who just shills Wuwa and hates everything Hoya related. Though I don't think he's as bad as like the actual rats like Saint Tontus or whoever, but he has had his moments. He's one of the many dog shit gacha creators who got lucky with making Genshin content right when Genshin came out, and he got lucky enough to get to the point where he got a ton of views back then, and that's where he gets most of his gacha viewership from. Just another fucking annoying-ass fucking retarded creator who just says literally anything that he wants to about gacha games. Oh, and the fact that he apparently got hired to consult for another upcoming gacha game, that's pretty fucking laughable, too. Mtashed consulting for a gacha game? That gacha game is called Godforge, by the way, which... Actually, I actually don't know what the you know status with that game is. Like, have they released that game or have they abandoned it completely? I don't know. But I see TLDR. I see Mtashed as someone who does not deserve to be a gacha content creator. He came from what, an MMO background, I believe, and he only came to play Genshin because most likely because he thought Genshin was an MMO too. Because a lot of people back when Genshin first came out, like within the first month or so, a lot of people picked up Genshin because to them, they'd never known what gacha games were before, and they didn't even know what gacha games were back then, and they just thought, oh, Genshin is just another MMO game, right? And so they played it like, they treated it as such. They played it like one. He mostly played shooters like Destiny. I think Destiny's technically an MMO, but yeah, he didn't come from he didn't have a gacha game background. That's for sure. Do you think Clan will grift NTE too, or is shilling it smarter? Shilling it would be smarter, but you'll probably try to grift it because apparently Saint Tontus is on record for saying that the only reason why he's trying out NTE is to fucking shit on Pokey, or try to anyway. So yeah, considering how much he's tried to shit on Pokey before, I believe him. And yeah, we'll see how well that works out for him. Because NTE, the studio behind NTE, they've made another game before called Tower of Fantasy. It was that one gacha game that tried allegedly to advertise itself as like the Genshin killer back like 3-4 years ago. But it's still running. It still survived. It never became anywhere near as big as like the big four, but it still has a dedicated player base. And with NTE coming out, because NTE is that studio's second game, their first real gacha game, a lot of Tower of Fantasy players will naturally come over to play NTE too. And so if Saint Tontus tries to grift content against NTE, then there's a good chance that the TOF player base that comes over to play NTE will be like, nah, fuck this bitch. So we'll see what happens. I think it's also my fault for trusting the rat. I guess so, yeah, for thinking that Tectone was a friend or whatever. I mean, to be fair, just to defend myself, Tectone and I were cool. Matter of fact, there was a good chance. Actually, no, I said that eventually I would have turned against Tectone as we got more and more evidence that he's just a piece of shit. But I would have at least been cool with him for at least a little bit longer. But Tectone was the one who threw my ass under the bus first. That's all. That's what I want. That's what I want to say. It wasn't like I was the one who went out of my way to fucking talk shit on Tectone. Nah, Tectone was like, nah, I guess I'm gonna toss this Tuhu bitch under the bus now. No more use to me. And like, despite his controversies in the past, at least in the beginning, back when Genshin first came out, maybe for like another year or so afterwards, like, he had the potential. He had the potential of being an actual decent content creator. Because, like, at least back in the day, not all of his takes were absolute dog shit. Like, there were some takes of his that I was like, yeah, he like, this is exactly what I would say. But, things changed, didn't they? Also, in my defense, I didn't expect Tectone to devolve into such a fucking rat like he did. Like, I didn't expect it, because I didn't expect him to start shilling for Wuwa as hard as he did starting, like, 2 years ago. Like, if I had known, like, the behind-the-scenes shit that I know now, that might have happened with Tectone. Like, for example, Tectone apparently fucking hates Hoyo because Hoyo never, either they never included him as part of their content creator program, or they kicked his ass out, or, like, they never gave him enough, like, sponsors or recognition that Tectone really wanted. And so he jumped ship over to Wuwa, and Wuwa was cool with giving him the attention that he never got from Hoyo. And so that's why he started fucking Omega shilling for Wuwa and started fucking trashing Wuwa all the time. So, like, had I known about that, then maybe I would have been like, oh, okay, well, I guess maybe Tectone's got a few screws loose here. But I didn't know about that. M Trash Hill's Etheria restart while shitting on Stellasora. Like, what the hell, man? Yeah, because one, Etheria restart probably paid his ass, and two, Stellasora has lollies in it, and so it's easy to fucking moral bait against the fucking lolly game. Oh, and let me guess, he also fucking, you know, he also fucking took advantage of the whole gacha drama, like Styx did, like his fucking butt buddy Styx did. He was always a rat? Yeah, I didn't know about that, so my bad, dude. I only started learning about all of his dog shit controversies and all the shit he'd done after after he threw my ass under the bus. And that's when over time, slowly but surely, I learned through chat and through Discord and through social media about all the dumb things that he'd done and all the fucking dog shit things he'd done in the gacha space. So, you'll excuse me, man. Excuse me. Switch to fucking yeah, I want to switch. I want to do that again. I meant to switch to Yexinguang, not Shinatsu.
弱の剣属性を断つ。どいたどいた、危ないね。電話はまだ切れてません。剣よ我に従い天をかけ
Been
よ。
using Vivian, Yuzu, and Miyabi setup right now. It's insane. Don't know if that's the proper rotation though. No idea, but at least the team makes sense. I don't think the team's bad or anything. Or at least it shouldn't be.
雲岳山陽春光我が剣で名門を断つ。
Just glad people are getting smarter. No one sides with Saint anymore. Because a rat will always turn on you when given the chance. I said this. I had this theory from last year where you decide how true this came out. How true this turned out to be. But my prediction, sometime last year, was that we would have eventually seen something like this happen, like the rats splintering off from each other or some shit like that. Because the rats were only like influential, if you want to give them that term, mainly because Lua was the only game, the only other big gacha besides the Hoya ones, right? So it was a super convenient, like, oh, us versus them type shit narrative. So it was really easy for all the rats to like band together against everybody else, right? Because they could all just like brigade around Wua and then just attack everyone off that. But my prediction was that when we start getting more big gacha games, like Enfield for example, next up is going to be NTE. But the more big and popular gacha games we start getting, the more fragmented and splintered the rats would become. The rat faction would become, because some rats are, because they're all rats, right? They're all looking out for themselves mainly for the most part. They're only ratting together because it fits their it's the most convenient, right? It makes sense. But when we get these new big gacha games coming out, I said that some rats would be like, huh, they look at these new gacha games like, they want to try to farm clout off those games, like Wu was like old news, right? If they're clout chasers love fucking making content anything new, right? Because making content on new shit is how you get more views, right? It's how you get a ton of views, right? So lots of rats would be like, oh, they're gonna jump ship from Wua over to these other big gacha games because they're the new games in town. People are gonna want to know what these games are like, right? Wua's already been out for a year or two. It's already fucking old news by now. So hey, let's fucking drop that game and go play these new exciting new gacha games instead. Whereas some rats like Saint Tontus would stay loyal to Wua and keep fucking spouting propaganda for that game. And like a version of that happened, just not in the way that I exactly predicted. But to toot my own horn a little bit, it was kind of related, kind of. But yeah, either way, bottom line is that not as many people are fucking with the well, Skull CJ is, but not that way. Not as many people are listening to the clown as much as they used to. That's for sure. So that's nice. Is it worth to spend 100 W engine chips to get a 5-star one? If you know you're gonna use that character a lot, yeah, sure. Like for example, I use Bernice a ton, so I didn't scrap a ton of A rank engines for that, but. But if you think that you're going to use that engine, that S-rank engine, a lot, then yes, obviously at that point it's worth it. If you're not going to, then maybe it's not as worth it. Saint tried that with DNA. Well, the problem with the clown sucking Wua's dick that hard, the problem is that even if he tries to even if for example, let's say that the DNA community did welcome him, even in that case, like, Saint Tontus has founded his channel so deeply, and like Wua content is so deeply entrenched on his channel that eventually he will come back and make Wua content on it anyway. And who knows, maybe he might talk shit on DNA accidentally, and DNA players who used to be like, oh yeah, Saint Tontus is a cool guy, a cool content creator, then they realize, oh wait a minute, this dude's a fucking fraud, and they fucking drop his ass like Arknights players drop Tectone. Like, I don't know if Saint Tontus would have, even if he did get decent viewership on his DNA videos, I don't know if he would have, like, besides the whole fucking hacking drama that's going on right now, which obviously he's trying to capitalize on, because why the fuck isn't he? But under normal circumstances, I actually think Saint Tontus has boxed himself into a corner with how gung ho he's gone on, with how bullish he's been on Wua content. Like, he spent so much time, so many videos, fucking talking mad shit on basically every other gacha that's not called Wua. It's like, his viewers aren't gonna watch him for anything other than Wua content, or, you know, other than like him talking shit on other gacha type of content. You know what I mean? Like, Saint Tontus, like, he fucking boxed himself into a corner, dude. So, you know, that's his fucking problem. Not that I think he sees that as a problem to fucking begin with. Fire and electric. Okay. This dude is electric physical. Okay. Glacian is ether. And Minato is ice. And against this guy, we use Yishuan. The problem, if that's even a problem, the problem is who do I use here? I would assume I just run these three. I'll try to run Banyua on this team, because I have Lucia active, or I still have Lucia available. So I'll try to run Banyua here. I don't know how well that'll work out though. so that this way for this one. I can run these three. Okay. My biggest question is whether I'm even going to be able to hit an S rank with the Banyua in the first place. If I can't, then that might be a problem. Alright, take care, Omni Stuff. See you next time, man. Have a good one. Was Excalibur the one where they buff Rupture characters? I hope he is. Why did Yanagi come first instead of Miyabi? Wouldn't Yabi proc her Frostburn faster if their positions were switched? I don't know. Is that how that team is supposed to be set up? I've always run Yanagi with Miyabi. Am I hype for the Cyberpunk collab and Boba? I guess so. Yeah, I think it's cool. Hopefully it's good. You know, orcas and killer whales are super smart. Yes, I'm aware. Yes, sir, I do. Did that fucking miss? Yeah, I have auto target range, yeah. Yeah, and I can't kill this guy within 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So yeah, I don't know how to play Banyue. It was worth a shot, but I don't know how to play him. I'm gonna have to sit down. That, and I don't think he's geared very well either. That, and he doesn't have his engine. He's still only working with Puzzle Sphere, because God forbid we have good, actual good fucking non-S rank rupture engines, but it was worth a shot. Was trying to be cute there, but probably not enough. Let's see. I was gonna use Lighter and Evelyn, but I realized I have Orpheus here, so maybe I can try Orphe. Nice that we get to use a lot of our characters. Yeah, Threshold is basically that, yeah. Do you like theater and Genshin? What are my opinions about this game mode? Yeah, I like theater. I like the concept of it. Its execution is, well, not the greatest, but I see the vision. But yeah, I do enjoy these kinds of game modes where they have you use a lot of your characters at once. To me, this is kind of the whole point of gacha games, if you ask me. Like, these kinds of endgame modes are like the epitome of gacha games. Have you been building your characters? Like, have you actually been keeping up with the game? Like, how many teams you got, you know? So yeah, from like a conceptual level, yeah, I definitely enjoy theater. just don't like how it plays out in reality though. And the threshold here in this game mode, yeah, I like it. Again, it's basically like a culmination of like your entire experience as like a Zenless player after all these years, after all this time. You know? You like that drafting system in theater? I don't, mainly because it's too RNG. Get rid of the like half the RNG in that, then maybe. Like if it wasn't so fucking RNG to get all the characters you need for to be able to clear theater, then I wouldn't mind it as much. But as it stands right now, it's like holy fuck, man, theater is so goddamn RNG sometimes. Like the one thing that holds me back from like really liking theater as much as I should. Huh, even technically my Banyua team did even better last time. Okay. Maybe I'm not bringing the right buff here, or maybe there's like some battle condition that I'm not considering. Maybe I should bring Yuzua for this one. Yeah, I'll just reset all stages because I only did the optional stage for now. I've actually never used Grace here. I guess I'll find out if it's a good idea or not. So that being said, I have no idea what kind of Bangbu I should bring here. Unless we happen to have another fire anomaly character, I don't think so. Yeah, no, I don't see another fire anomaly character. I feel like we should have another though, but maybe in the future. Let me do this team first, because I need to know if this team works first or not. How did Grace play again? I forget.
バラバラにされたい私の番だよ外れビジネスはバイバイ調整しよう
Nangon coming tomorrow, in 2 days. But she's very soon. Usually should get her ult soon here. That team seemed to work pretty well. I don't even think I was playing Grace properly because I know I have her fully buffed. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I didn't even play that team properly, or I didn't play Grace properly at least. But I guess it didn't really matter. Yeah, new Grace has her like spamming grenades. I know what the animation looks like. I just forgot how to do it. I probably should have done I should have done her heavy attack first and then go into her ult. Never had Wendy's. Is it good? I heard it's a fast food brand in USA. Yes, Wendy's is a fast food chain here in the States. I like Wendy's. I've had it I've had a decent number of times. I used to live like literally right next to one, like five or so years ago, 5-6 years ago. Yeah, it's not bad. I like it. The problem is that like with a lot of other fast food brands lately, they're just really fucking expensive. So there's not really much of a reason to go unless you just really want some Wendy's specifically. Also, hey, this guy rules. How's it going, man? Thanks so much for the 71 months. Yeah, 1 more month till 6 years, man. Thank you. Appreciate it, dude. Thanks for sticking around for all this time. But yeah, Wendy's is alright. I like it. Like if we're not talking about price, we're only talking about the food, then yeah, I like it. I like their what? I usually get their Baconators, I think. I did try I remember trying their, I don't know if they still have it. This was probably just a limited item from back then, like back 5 years ago or something. But I did try their what, pretzel bourbon burger or something like that. I thought that was okay. But I prefer sticking with the tried and true, aka the Baconator. I like their fries are pretty good, I think, but I'm not some fast food connoisseur. I'm just saying I like them. I also like their nuggies, their chicken nuggies, their spicy ones especially. I like their spicy chicken nugs with their in-house barbecue, with their own barbecue sauce. I think those are pretty good. But I don't have like Wendy's enough to really like compare it to other fast food chains. At least I don't think so. So all I'll say is that they're good. At least like they're okay in my book. It's just, you know, they're really fucking expensive, so I don't go there all the time. A lot of people do Taco Bell. Never had interest. Taco Bell's appeal. If I don't know if you live here in America, Sydney. Maybe you do. But I'm gonna assume that you don't for now, as we watch Jufufu shake her ass at the screen. Taco Bell's appeal is that they come out with a ton of limited items, all like, I don't want to say all the time, but like especially lately, because I do follow a couple of like food review, like fast food review YouTube channels. I watch this dude called King Shrats. I think he's pretty cool. And he reviews fast food as like, you know, as daily content. And judging from his videos, it appears that Taco Bell likes to release a ton of shit all the time. So that's certainly part of Taco Bell's appeal, is that they come out with a lot of like limited time items, a lot, like almost all the time, it feels like. That and Taco Bell used to be super popular back in the day, like the 90s, 2000s, so like 20-30 years ago. They also had a ton of like classic items from back then that they discontinued for a while, but they somewhat recently brought back. So like I think Taco Bell like sometime last year or maybe 2 years ago even, I forget how long they had these items for. They started doing these discovery boxes where like I don't know if the items in there are random or like you know what you're getting beforehand, but they include a lot of their a few of their like old school like classic items in there. If they don't just like straight up sell them just directly. And a lot of people, especially the older folks, and I guess even the younger kids too, who are just curious about how Taco Bell used to be or what their items used to be like. They absolutely adore. A lot of people absolutely adore a lot of Taco Bell's old school items. Not so much the new stuff, naturally, but a lot of people have a lot of nostalgia for like a lot of the classic items from like 20-30 years ago. Like a sort of fast food gacha, I know, right? Yeah. Like, I think Taco Bell is pretty good too. I've had their Cantina chicken tacos before. I think those are pretty good. I just kind of wish they'd, you know, I kind of wish their tacos would be a little bit bigger for the price I'm paying. But, you know, I think they were good. I like them at least. But yeah, no. Like if you're looking at Taco Bell from like an authentic Mexican cuisine standpoint, it's like no, it's not authentic. It's not authentic Mexican cuisine. It's Americanized Mexican cuisine. Just like how Panda Express is basically Americanized Chinese cuisine. It's not the real thing, but some people like them. So. Mystery food boxes, yeah, mystery gacha boxes basically, or like an old school item, and then new items non-stop to appeal to younger. But yeah, exactly. There you go. Yeah, there you go then. Yeah, people fucking love that shit. I think that's how that one like gourmet cookie chain called Crumble, I think it is. Since I do food delivery, I actually get occasional orders from like a couple different like crumble stores. People seem to like Crumble a lot. Those expensive ass cookies, I think, that are overdosed, that make you fucking overdose on sugar or some shit like that. But yeah, I think Crumble does like something similar where they constantly drop like new time limited items or some shit, right? So people always come back. They always get people coming back to cash in on like new items or whatever. What about Chuck E. Cheese? Is that also fast food? They serve fast food, but on its own, it's not. It's more of a how should I say? It's more of like an arcade almost. It's like an arcade but catered towards like younger children, like kids, like middle schoolers, like elementary middle schoolers. I think maybe high schoolers, maybe. Yeah, Chuck E. Cheese is kind of a weird one. It's not a fast food joint on its own, but they serve fast food there. But think of it more of like an arcade. Like if you've ever heard of like Dave and Buster's, it's like that, but it's been around for longer, and it was always like catered more towards like they were always meant for like a younger kids crowd, like again elementary school, middle school type thing. Yeah, Wendy's live at the airport. Yeah, at the airport. Oh, cool. Dave's Double is your go-to. Nice. I'm typically partial to the Baconators myself. I like Baconator. You heard the clown logo is based off of fast food chain. Yeah, Jack in the Box. Yeah, Jack in the Box is also another fairly popular chain. I respect Jack because they also have a wide variety of food, and I believe, at least compared to a lot of the other chains out there, they're noticeably cheaper. So if you want fast food but you don't want to fucking pay the outrageous fucking prices you see like in most other places, then I guess you could go for Jack. I know some people really don't like Jack in the Box. They say that their food kind of tastes like kind of plasticky, but isn't that all fast food though? Crumble's overrated. They cost like $30 a cookie, but they all taste the fucking same. Yeah, probably because they use way too much sugar. But I've never had a Crumble cookie before, so I don't wanna judge something I've never tasted. I don't wanna judge something I've never tried. Oh wait, hold up. I fucking set up my team wrong. Fuck. I forgot that I'm supposed to have I forgot I'm supposed to have a Panda after Yishuan, not Jufufu. Fuck. There we go. Panda Express feels real wrong. You went there once, never returned because the local Asian restaurant has like 3 times the volume for $1 for fried rice compared to Panda. Yeah. I would suggest you go to your local Chinese food place over Panda Express. The problem is that, at least in my area, it's kind of it's not inconvenient per se, but it's just annoying enough to a point where it's like, do you want to go out of your way to go visit like your local Chinese food place, or would you rather just go to the Panda Express that's like 5 minutes away? But yeah, naturally, I would suggest you go to your local Panda, not Panda place, but your local Chinese restaurant. They'll probably be better than your local Panda Express anyway. You're conflicted. Do you pull for Miyabi or Yidhari and Zenless and Zenless? In my opinion, they're both good. They're both worthy of pulling for. If you're looking for a Rupture team, then obviously Yidhari. But then again, maybe they'll rerun who is it? Maybe they'll rerun Yishun again at some point. And I still think Miyabi is still very strong in this game. I don't know what the rest of the community thinks about her, but I think Miyabi is still very much still worth using. Do you remember the McDonald's clown mascot? What, Ronald McDonald? Yeah. Whatever happened to him? Companies like you know, they don't use their mascots all the time. Also, what the hell? I only got an A rank on this shit. Huh. Maybe I should. Oh, actually, I'm not using Lucia anymore. Yeah, I'm not. I dropped Lucia. For what is it? For the last team, so I don't need to use Panda here. What am I still using Panda here for? Do we know who the next characters being buffed in Zenless are? Besides Haramasa and Lycaon? I forget if the leaks talked about them or not. If they did, and I've forgotten who they mentioned. Maybe chat can tell you about. Maybe chat can tell you. Maybe the Hoya hasn't given us a 5-star ice support like Lycaon? Unless you're talking about a limited character. Hey Denzel, welcome back, man. How am I doing today? I'm doing alright. Just grinding some gacha. Trying to get threshold anomaly done in Zenless before I leave. Make you use Yishuan's ult now.
はや名数は尽きた。
Much better. I haven't done the optional stage yet, have I? I haven't done this one yet. Heard Gacha and Stario are still killing it. Yeah, apparently so. Yeah, the meme team, the free-to-play meme team apparently is still a thing, which is nice to hear. Why did Lucy miss her fucking E's, her skills twice in a fucking row?
この刀に誓おう。耐えてみせる。破竹のごとし。追撃します。火星に参った。さあ。無意味なあがきです。やっはっやっはっ刀を抜かれ攻撃続行。ストローでしたね。負けてたまるかですわ。即斬即決。集中しろ。終わりだ。
She's Lucy's missed her shit like 3 times. What the fuck? Oh, there goes the 4th time. She just loves missing her shit. Huh?
そろそろ怒りますね。時間の無駄です。やっやっやっ耐えてみせる。勝利を上となし。 狂乱はこれに次ぐ。追撃され。
Can Yao Guang Archer combo clear current endgame? I think Yao Guang would prefer running with Sparksy. I don't know how well Archer runs with Yao Guang. Dan Hung healer is also good and free too. He's definitely very good, but he's a shielder, not a healer. Just wanted to nitpick that. What do you think about Enfield not having a creator server and pretty much no leaks since they use in-house QA's Hoyo approach for using players for testing? Well, it's a different way of doing things. I'm not gonna sit here and try to be like, oh, one way is better than the other. It seems that Enfield has seen all the leaks. All the leaks going around in like Hoyo games and Wuwa, and decided that they didn't want to fucking deal with that. So yeah, yeah, good on them. Doing what Hoyo and I guess Kuro to a certain extent don't have the balls to, which is, you know, say fuck everyone. We're just doing our own in-house QA testing then. Like, I'm sure there are advantages and disadvantages to either method, but you know, one thing that Enfield shouldn't have to worry about now is people, you know, fucking leaking shit. Or at least not as much stuff. And Enfield not having a content creator server doesn't fucking matter to me, because I never plan on joining any of these content creator servers myself either. So that shit don't matter to me. So if there are any creators out there fucking bitching about how Enfield doesn't have a creator server, like a dedicated creator server, then you know they can go fucking suck a dick. Archer means bow wielder in English, right? I guess. Yeah. Yeah, we call people who use bows and arrows archers, yes. How do I feel about Zenless's character building? Is it much easier than Hoyo, if not just other gacha games? It takes a long time to invest in the characters, specifically just getting all their skills up to par. Technically speaking, it shouldn't take that long because I like going for max skills on everybody, but you don't have to do that, I don't think. Star Rail is by far the easiest game to invest in the characters in, just because of the way that game works. Because you just get a whole shit ton of materials for free. Especially if you buy Battle Pass. If you don't buy Battle Pass, I don't know how much more difficult or how much easier it is. But even without the Battle Pass, I feel like you get a ton of shit anyway. Genshin, Zenless, and then Wuwa are the three games where, yeah, it takes quite a bit to invest into everyone. I think it takes longer to invest into Zenless and Genshin characters. And I think Zenless takes the cake for how investment heavy characters are, because in Zenless you have to level 5 different skills compared to Genshin where you only have to level 3. Star Rail also has amazing QO if you think about it. Yeah, they do. Farming is a fucking breeze in that game, to their credit. Star Rail gearing takes it off free. Oh, if you're talking about relics, then yeah, relics are kind of a bitch. But then again, that's all the fucking gears and all the fucking big 5 gacha games. Well, except for Enfield, because I don't know how Enfield's gear works yet. Actually, Wuwa, the ecosystem I feel like it's considerably easier to gear characters out in Wuwa, thank God. But yeah, the fucking relics, artifacts, disk drives, they take a while. Wish Genshin had nice QLs like Star Rail one day. Yeah, one day, maybe. Like, it's not like Genshin hasn't been putting in anything, but yeah, more would be nice. Don't characters in Zenless need like 3 or less skills, because most every character mostly uses their core? Yeah, exactly. Which is why I say that you like, while I level up all my characters' skills, you don't have to do that. Yeah. Just level up the skills that actually matter on them, the shit that they're actually going to use, and then yeah, just call it a day. Like, obviously, if most characters in Zenless don't really rely on their basic attacks, so like if they don't rely on their basic attacks for anything, yeah, obviously you don't have to level them up. If Oyo asked you could wish for one thing for every one of the big gacha games, what would I pick? Zenless, Star Rail, Genshin. Well, Genshin's easy, a story skip button. That shit is mad easy. So let's just get that out of the way right now. For Star Rail, for Star Rail, I don't know. higher gem economy, I guess, so that pulling more characters will be fucking easier. Because they drop us triple banners all the fucking time, triple rerun banners all the fucking time. So yeah, it'd be kind of nice if we get some more gems out of that too. Maybe give us another endgame mode, not anomaly arbitration, but like a 5th endgame mode that also gives us gems that we can do on like a rotation basis too. That'd be nice. It's either that or tell Hoyo to fire Shaoji so that way he never ruins another Hoyo story ever again. But you know, that's not gonna happen. And for Zenless, I would actually want them to bring the TV game mode back, but not in its entirety. I want Zenless to bring back the TV game mode stuff, but make it not as fucking annoying to do, and make it like a permanent side mode so that people don't have to feel pressured like, oh, we gotta do the fucking TV game mode and stuff like that. Just make it like a side mode where it's like, oh, they occasionally update it with like new stages and stuff that you can do, and you can go over there and earn more polychromes from. So I'll go with those 3. Genshin skip on would be a huge deal. Well, yeah, that's why I'm suggesting it. The skip button might give people some anxiety, I know, right? Okay, now we gotta go for the other ending, I think. Simulation rewind. We go for this one, the top one instead, because I think I went for the bottom one. Oh, they even give us different bosses to fight here too. Cool. The Defector? Isn't this just Isol? Do I remember fighting her? I think I do, actually. Anyways, weakness is, physical and fire. Physical and ether. Oh, this is the corpse boss, okay, or the Scorps boss. Okay. Physical, electric, fire and ice. Last node. Oh, last node is last node is supposed to be with the Arya, I think. So sure, we'll run Arya, I guess. I forget who we run with the Arya for now. Maybe these three? Hater? Hater. Who was Hater again? Okay. Start off with the optional stage first, and I'll go from there. David Hayter, yeah, I love that guy. One of my favorite VAs. You're pretty good. Should have used Ash's ult first before this.
その名誉に価値があるか。
出口は全て封鎖。やはり最後の警告だ。
いただきだ。ゲストメ。
この視線をくぐれる者はいない。
BGM goes hard. The soundtrack for Zenless' soundtrack overall is fucking amazing, dude. So yeah, glad to see that you're enjoying it.
隙を逃さず悪直残お手伝いに来たよ。容赦します。終わりだ。
Sound design in general and Hoyo games are amazing. Yep. You are 100% right about that. Tend to get big KSUK, but DP12's around the corner. Is DP12 better? Does Helen, like, does DP12 replace anybody in the Freeze team? Or who does she replace? I assume KSVK, but could be wrong. People say Budoit Knight at best. DNA is an EOS danger. Is this realistic based on Steam player and hack incidents? The only two things that will truly put a gacha game in danger are low player count and or low revenue. Though if you have a low player count, that naturally means that you have a low revenue count as well. So those two issues are usually one and the same, or they're at least tightly interdependent. So long as DNA had a pretty healthy player base before the hacking incidents began, and so long as DNA was still making a decent amount of money, then there's no reason for that game to shut down or whatever. There's no reason for that game to EOS. However, what they should do is they should take down the servers and then fix their fucking game security issues and then bring the servers back. Yeah, and Steam player numbers don't mean shit for gacha games, because Steam is only a small part of a gacha game's entire player base. DP12 will replace Suomi? No. Yeah, Suomi will be replaced. No. I guess it makes sense because DP12's has like a fucking shield. I think because she uses what shotgunners used shields back, ballistic shields back in the first game. A gacha that did EOS, and you've been playing. What are the signs that if EOS was really a danger? The only gacha game that I've ever played, and it's legitimately EOS, was Magia Record. And that game, like, even though I only played that game, even though I only played Magia Record for like maybe a month or so, like, from what I researched and from what I saw, it's like, yeah, it was kind of obvious that I was gonna EOS. Because towards the end, the NA server for Magia Record literally had one guy still wailing on the game towards the end. It was just him. He alone was carrying the entire the NA server for Magia Record. But to answer your question, Chisa, like, what are the signs of a gacha that did EOS? A lot of the time, gachas, when they EOS, they usually just tell people ahead of time. A lot of the time, gacha games will EOS with no prior warning, or at least not to the player base. At least, like, it's not obvious why they're EOSing or what they're EOSing for until people start digging. They're like, oh, okay, oh, like this shit happened or whatever. Well, how people said Varka would flop, but in Japan he's the second high. Oh yeah, because the people who said Varka would flop don't live in Japan. Turns out people don't care about DPS. Yes, because dare I say, the Asians, especially the Japanese, play their gacha games the quote-unquote correct way. Insert the meme about, oh, you only like it because it's Japanese thing here. But no, like, the Japanese players don't give a fuck. Well, I'm sure they do care about meta if it's relevant, but no, they will pull for whoever they fucking want, first and foremost. But again, anybody who says that, oh, Varka's banner is gonna flop, they don't live in Japan, so ignore what they say. I mean, anybody who says, oh, this banner will flop, well, you should probably ignore what they're saying in the first place anyway. But. Hey, Zizar, welcome back, man. Are gacha games carried by whales or by dolphins? What's more important to them? You want a healthy mixture of everybody. Then again, though, obviously, I think it's obvious that if you had to take one or the other, you'd want more whales. But here's the thing: not everybody can whale fucking thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars on gacha games. So realistically, you want both. Remember, gacha games are most successful if they have all facets or all types of players. Your free-to-plays, your dolphins, and your whales. If you have too big of an imbalance of one particular demographic of players over another, then you start seeing some weird things happen. I mean, assuming that weird shit doesn't happen anyway, but. You heard even free-to-play players are important? Yes, because they're the ones who talk about your game. Because here. Okay, so let me break it down for you, Memi. In a healthy gacha game population, most of your players, maybe not most, but a majority of your players, maybe a plurality, depending on the game you're talking about, but a lot of your players are going to be free-to-play. Free-to-play are like small spenders. Like they only spend money on like monthly pass, battle pass, that sort of thing. Even though these players don't spend any money or they spend only a little bit of money, they're still very important because those people you're gonna have a lot more of them than people who actually spend a ton of money on the game, right? They're still valuable even if they don't like. Even if they themselves don't spend a lot of money, they're still valuable because they're your PR group. They're your PR demographic. These are the kinds of people who will go out there, excuse me, and talk about your game online. Right? They'll talk about your game through Twitter, like through social media, on Discord, on Twitter, wherever, right? Whatever the preferred social media platform of choice is, right? Whenever they get new exciting stuff announced, right? People will talk about it immediately, and that's like a form of free advertisement, so to say. Word of mouth. Word of mouth advertising is so powerful. I'm no economist. I don't have like a degree in like marketing or anything like that. But if you ask me, I think word of mouth advertising is some of the strongest forms of advertising you as a business can have. Because it's one thing for a company to like make an ad for people to watch, right? And not a lot of the time people will just watch it and be like, yeah, whatever, bro. But it's another thing entirely if somebody gets tipped off by someone they trust, right? Like a friend or a family member. It's different if like a friend or a family member comes along and tells someone, hey, have you heard about this new game that's coming out? It's a bit different. Because when it comes to that, people are more inclined to listen to their friends and family. So, again, word of mouth advertising is extremely powerful. So, yeah, no, your free-to-play players are still very much so important. Because even though they don't spend, even if they don't spend a ton of money like your actual dolphins or whales do on the game on average, they still help your game by one making your community like feel vibrant and like there's still a lot of people talking about your game, right? So that alone can attract people because if people are looking for like a big community to be a part of, hence the big 5 gachas. And not only that, but maybe the free-to-play players, by doing free advertising for their game, will eventually attract in more players who will spend on the game, who will drop money on the game and pay for the game for those free-to-play players. Like that's the whole like mindset there. Like ideally you want a healthy demographic for every like you want a healthy number for every single player demographic. Free to play / low spenders, dolphins and whales. You want all of them. Like again, from a business standpoint, maybe you'd prefer having more whales because obviously you want more money. You want more people who spend a lot more money. But you know, there's only so many Uber whales that you can rely on. Unless your name is FGO, I guess, but that's a little bit different. Every big mobile game in general, I would argue any game that has microtransactions in general follows that sort of you know, that sort of thing. Yes, me. If you check the end of year revenue claim, you can see that more than half the money comes from BP and Welkin. Yeah, of course. Yeah, makes perfect sense. Because if people are more willing to spend smaller amounts of money on the smaller stuff like battle passes and monthlies, whereas not as many people are going to stomach being able to stomach buying like $100 purchases like every once every month or something. Some people are okay with that, but a lot of people aren't. Does anybody play the new Seven Deadly Sins gacha game? Maybe some people in my chat do. I haven't heard many people say that they have been though. So I don't know. You could ask chat, see if anybody's been playing. Considering it's by Netmarble, it's a risky one. Yeah, it's one of the riskier devs. Yeah, I wouldn't trust Netmarble personally, but if they do a good job with the Seven Deadly Sins, credit where credit is due. You're playing it right now. Got really lucky and got Melodious. I assume they must be like a really good character or something. They censored Seven Deadly Sins apparently. Well, yeah. What gacha game hasn't censored their shit? Kind of mediocre, but you like the IP. Understandable. Okay, we're done with Threshold. That was fun. I like fighting the that last boss I fought. I think the last boss I fought is honestly one of the best boss fights in the game, mainly because of the musical aspect. Time is right now. It's like 3 p.m. right now. Okay. I can stick around for like maybe half an hour longer. Yay. 100 extra 100 extra polychromes. That's nice. Okay, we got Shield defense done. Live stream's done already. Got the 100 polychromes there. I already did Hollow Zero for this week. Did it yesterday, I think. Still got to do the story. I might just do it off stream or some shit like that. The movie stuff I'll do off stream as well. Hide card collector. I did that. Okay, we can continue with the main story or the main event. Go use the bathroom real quick before we continue. Is it better? Hey, Misfit, welcome back. Is it better to use battery charge on skills or disc sets? Battery charge. You mean like the extra battery, the extra stamina batteries that you can use whenever you're out of stamina? I would suggest using them for disc sets because the way I see it, your natural, I call it natural stamina because it's stamina that comes back naturally, just automatically. So. This is just like a nitpick thing. Obviously, you don't have to do this if you don't want to. It's just how I play. I like to play my gachas, but I like using like my natural stamina. The stamina just kind of automatically regens on its own, right? You get 1 point every 6 minutes or some shit like that. The stamina you just get automatically. I like using that on like guaranteed materials. So, for example, character XP, weapon XP, or like skill gems, shit like that. I like typically I like reserving like your extra stamina stuff for like disc sets, but that's to be fair, admittedly that's more of an old school mentality of mine. These days I don't really give a shit. I just kind of use my batteries wherever I want. So honestly, that's not really much of a difference. So it's up to you. You can use your extra batteries on whatever you like. Just anything you need. If you feel like you need more, you know, character materials, just like more XP materials, XP or stuff like that, then yeah, go for it. If you wanna use your extra batteries to farm extra discs or whatever, see if you, because like, oh, I want to change my discs for this character right now. I need to go farm more discs. Then yeah, you could do that. Not really much of a difference, I don't think. But there's nothing wrong with, like, you know, if you like using your stamina a particular way like I used to. There's nothing wrong with that either. Just whatever you're most comfortable with. Yeah, just use them on whatever you feel like. Use them on whatever you need the most. Whatever you feel like is the most urgent. Rhythm boss fight seems like it's such a vibe. Yeah, the soundtrack is amazing for that. Not to mention the specific parts of that fight where you have to parry. It's like two separate parry sequences. Yeah, timing your parries to the beat. Do you time it to the beat? I don't know. It kind of feels like it though. But yeah, the parry sequences are very satisfying as long as you don't miss any of them. If you miss them, then yeah, it kind of sucks. But yeah, no, I really enjoy fighting that boss. Anyways, I'm gonna go use the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. Do I like Zenless's Idol songs? I'm not much of a Idol fan myself, but they're nice. I don't have a problem with them. I don't have a problem with them necessarily. What is this? rhythm game stuff. Yeah. Rapid press, pressing either F or J.
ミニトラップスタート。
Stars 被湮灭在霓虹的夜，视线所及如同荒诞的谎言。Artifact show light， 深入简单如初
This is one of Astro's songs, isn't it?
像碎片般分裂。想要的一切，触手可及之前，是不是最让人眷恋？拥有
余裕。
在被欲望支配，无尽中沦陷。在不会承诺被敷衍，不
Yeah, this is the song that plays during her ult.
没有语言的燃烧，但每一步我要决定承让，下次被发现，让美丽被真实敷衍。我所了解的我还没被了解，干脆让善意被拖延，不太显眼。没有语言的燃烧，但每一步我要选择真错，不会遮掩，真实的我在你眼前，我所了解的我都得被
その時間だよ。
Years of playing rhythm games, so yeah, prepared you for rhythm mini games. Yeah, yeah. And typically, rhythm mini games like this are typically easier because kind of have to be because most people don't. A lot of people don't play rhythm games, such as myself. So you can't make it too hard. Yeah, and Dosk, how's it going? Returning Zenless player here. You have terrible luck with this game. Lost all your 50-50s. Yeah. I feel for you on that one, man. Sorry to hear that. I got a couple of viewers who have that exact same kind of luck. I hopefully the game isn't too hard on you from now on. You have Jane, Jiyuan, Haramasa, Miyabi, Yabi, Jiao, and all the standards. You're close to a guaranteed S rank. Should you get Yuzua or wait for somebody like next Void Hunter? Well, if you're looking for a Void Hunter specifically, the 3.0 client version, the 3.x client version is not too far away. I believe we just have the next 2.8 version, and we're going to go straight into 3.0 afterwards, I think. At least I think so. If that is the case, then yeah, chances are we'll probably get like a Void Hunter or a Void Hunter adjacent character with the 3.0, because that's the trend so far. Because back in 2.0 we got, who was it? Yishuan, who's not technically a Void Hunter, but she basically is one. So considering that, if you consider that, then technically a Void Hunter adjacent character is not too far away. So that complicates the situation for you then. If you like to save your, if you're open to, if you don't mind saving your polychromes for the next Void Hunter character. Because technically, I don't know how far away they are now. What patch are we gonna? What patch is our next one? 2.7 or 2.8? Probably 2.7, right? Which means that afterwards we'll have 2.8, and then after that we'll go straight into 3.0, something like that. Yuzua is still a compelling choice though, and she's only got a few days left on her banner. Mainly because I don't know how much you've been keeping up with like Zenless stuff, Endosk. Let me just claim these rewards real quick and let me back out real quick. So I don't know how much you've been keeping up with like the game's meta game. And when I say meta, I don't mean like, oh, who the strongest character is. No, I'm talking more in terms of like, oh, how what direction the game seems to be going in. Maybe there's like there's a different word to describe that. I don't know. I'm just gonna call it meta for now because I don't have anything better to call it. considering you're asking for Yuzua specifically, maybe you know, maybe you kind of know what I'm about to talk about, but assuming you don't, and I don't know how long you have been playing the game for. Yuzua is an amazing option because in the past year we've gotten a lot of like premier support characters. At the moment, I believe the game has 4? I think 4 of them so far. Those 4 being Astra was our very first one. Astra was our first like Omega, like, oh yeah, she's our premier support. Where she buffs mainly just most teams, at least as long as they're not anomaly teams. So basically any crit based DPS team, which is most teams. But yeah, she was our very first Omega support character, our first premier support character. After her, I believe we got the characters don't go in order, unfortunately, but all the new ones should be above her at the very least. Let's see, our next Omega support is Yuzua, I think. Yeah, I think technically Yuzua is our second one, because she's as strong as, that might be a bit strong of a word to use, but Yuzua is basically the Astra Yao for anomaly characters specifically, even though her own class is support, but she mainly supports anomaly characters. So people like, you know, people like Bernice, who's anomaly. Who else is anomaly? Yanagi is anomaly. Miyabi is anomaly too, which funnily enough, both Yuzua and Asriel support her properly, because Miyabi is he's one of those weird characters who scales off of both crits and anomalies, so she can actually work either way. So she's kind of blessed in that sense. Other anomaly characters: Jane Doe, Vivian, Alice. Anybody else? Arya is anomaly. So Yuzua mainly buffs them, and considering that there are entire bosses in Zenless's endgame, where you really want to bring an anomaly team, and if you don't, you're gonna fucking suffer. Yes, Yuzua is an absolutely amazing choice to go for if you want to pull for somebody right now, or if you want somebody to spend your guaranteed S rank on right now. Anomaly characters absolutely have a place. And not just that, but they're almost mandatory for some fights, unless you happen to have a team that works, that just happens to work for that anomaly specific boss or something. But not too many circumstances there. Just for completion's sake, our third premier support is this girl named Lucia. She buffs mainly a specific class called Rupture. That's where we get Yishuan from. Her class is Rupture. We don't have that many Rupture characters in the game, but then again, Zen doesn't have that many characters in general, so that doesn't really say much. But our Rupture DPSs for now are Yishuan, this girl, Manato, who's an A rank, Yidhari, who's also an S rank, and then Banyua, who's also an S rank. So these 4 are our Rupture DPSs. Yishuan and Yidhari, to nobody's surprise, are the 2 best Rupture characters in the game. Yishuan is by far the best. But Yidhari is also very good too, because there's a specific boss called the Wandering Hunter boss, where she's like basically the hard counter against, because of story reasons. So you will frequently find yourself, if you have Rupture characters like these 2, you will frequently find yourself using these 2. And if you want to use them, Lucia is by far their best partner, because she's a dedicated support for them. And then lastly, our 4th premier support is Suna, or Shinatsu is her Japanese name. And she's kind of weird, but she mainly works with either her own idol team, so with Arya and then with Nangong Yu in about 2 days, or with Yeshin Guang, who's technically our 2nd Void Hunter, 3rd if you count Yishuan. Where she's got this whole ether veil mechanic, where it's like, I don't even know how the fuck that shit even works. But all I know is that Suna can trigger it for her, much like Zhao. You have Zhao. She does the same thing. But if you put either Zhao or Shinatsu together on the same team as Yeshin Guang, they can do this whole ether veil thing, and it'll cause Ye Xingguang to go straight into her ult without you actually having to pop it for her. So it's kind of like she has 2 ults at the same time. Kind of. It's just dependent on what kind of teammates you have, or if you can trigger this ether veil thing. Don't ask me don't ask me how that mechanic actually works. All I know is that it's a thing for her. Anyways, so Zenless has Zenless's metagame has turned into basically a question of, do you have these premier supports? If so, then these bosses should be pretty easy for you. If not, then you're probably going to have to struggle a little bit harder. Well, not a little bit. Somebody's going to have to struggle quite a lot harder, depending on what your teams are and depending on what kind of bosses you're fighting. So, considering each of these supports all do something technically a little bit different, I would strongly suggest you consider. I would suggest you strongly consider picking up Yuzua right now. Because again, Anomaly character, she buffs Anomaly teams, and Anomaly teams are pretty damn unique in the sense that yeah, they kind of do their own thing when it comes to dealing damage. Because you can make it. All the other DPS teams in the game like rely on crits in some way. Anomaly teams are the only ones that don't, unless your name is again Yabi. So, but besides her, you know, all the other teams work a little bit differently, and Yuzua is, I think, the only one who supports them perfectly. You know, you can always bring in like Lucy or something, I'm sure, but I would suggest you at least consider pulling Yuzua. But if you really want that next Void Hunter, then, you know, don't let me stop you. It's your account at the end of the day. Dylan is also a generalist too. I guess I could mention this girl. Yeah, Dylan's not a support, she's a stunner, but she's so good she's by far our best stunner in game, so much so that she's almost a support on her own. Like, if you change your class to support, I don't think anybody would notice. Well, obviously some people would notice, but I don't think people would complain. Yeah, Dylan, we might as well throw her in there too. The big 5 supports of the game. Astra, Yuzua, Lucia, Dylan, and Chinatsu. Because, yeah, Dylan, basically a fucking support disguised as a stunner. Apparently, Jane might have a buff soon. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I heard about that, yeah. I don't know why she needed one, but they buffed Lycaon for some reason. Sure, why not? Yeah, Yushin's always better than Yudhari, yeah. She's just that much stronger. But Yudhari's no slouch herself. Especially up against that one Wandering Hunter boss. Hey, Sarkaz, welcome back, man. Welcome to the stream, man. Watching my video about the clown mentioned how I used to be a big fan of Shores. I'm curious if you play Helldivers too, or at least tried it. Yeah, I have Helldivers. I play every now and then with some of my IRL buddies. I'm not such a huge fan of it that I go out of my way to play it myself, just solo queue. But if my IRL buddies hit me up and like, hey, you want to hop on some Helldivers tonight? I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? And I'll join them. See, when I played it, I don't think I'm any good at it, but it's a fun time. At the very least, you know, it's hilarious. It's hilarious figuring out what kinds of bullshit ways you can die. Always love getting killed by my own teammates who are redeploying, and they just so happen to land right on top of my ass. I've had that happen more than a few times. Helldivers is fun. Yeah, exactly. It's fun, mindless, you know, bot or like alien shooting. It's a fun time. Shut up, Helldiver. 500k key, 500 kg Biden blast. Eat this, bitch. Up, right, down, down, down. 500 kilo bomb. Bitch. Hope Chingy gets a buff too. Yeah, hoping so too, yeah. Because, yeah, with all these new stunners, especially Dylan, it's like, why the fuck would anybody use Chingy, man? It's like, Dylan is so much better than Chingy that at this point, it's like, I can't even use the I feel like I can't even use the whole like, oh, just use who you want, bro. It's like, Jesus, I can't. I feel grimy just saying that. So yeah, hopefully they do something with Chingy, man. Not sure how they would buffer, but hopefully they think about something. Hopefully they think of something. The Enfield Gacha animations, Helldiver's Pill, it certainly is kind of reminiscent of it, yeah. In a way, yeah. Ragdoll is your #1 enemy? Oh, yeah, Oh, for me personally, getting lit on fire is my personal boogeyman. Because holy fuck, you die so fast to getting set on fire in that game. Why does it kill you that fast? Would I recommend dialing with Soldier 11? Dialing goes with anybody, dude. Unless there's like something in Dylan's kit where she really wants to be used with like a particular team, but no, Dylan is fucking universal, dude. The reason why Dylan is so universal is because she has this mechanic where if you fill up like her secondary energy gauge, like the one that you know how a lot of characters in Zenless have like can sometimes have a secondary energy gauge like underneath their HP bar, right? Not their EX meter, but like a secondary energy bar or whatever. Dylan has one of those, and if you fill it up enough. And you see, and next to it you see a glowing yellow or like a gold like circle or orb. That means that she has a free ult on stock or on standby or on deck. And how you activate it is once your energy bar is full, and if the gold circle is still there, or if it's there, then at any point with Dylan out, you can hold her basic attack, so you can use a charge attack with her, and she'll do this animation where she like claps her hands together and like I don't know, her hands like hit an enemy or something, and then the game will put you into the whole like the chain attack UI, and then at that point you can choose which of your teammates that you want to give Dylan's free ult to, and they will ult for free. Like, that is the single most broken thing about Dylan in this game. The fact that she just gives one of your teammates a free fucking ult. So, like, because of that, she works with anybody. She works with any DPS. So here, have a free ult. Have fun. Brah. So. But yeah, you can use Dylan with anybody. Don't matter. Or you can use Dylan with any DPS. It don't matter. Different lanes? Oh boy.
この一つにキラッと登場
「 Did you see any leaks animation of the new character? Loki's pushing the game's limits. What for Zenless? Are you talking about Nangong Yu, or are you talking about another leak character? Or are you talking about a different leak character? Gives you like a bunny skin or something like that. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Oh, if you play with viewers sometimes, maybe in the future.
一回妄想エンジェルで1日転移したことあってな。そっからステージが前より平気になってん。店員さんって人前でめっちゃ声張らなあかんやろ。
Chingy summons old people to come to her aid.
ここが千夏のバイト先か。
Horseface? Did they take that asset from Genshin? Oh. Is this still a is this more of a Zenless's regular gameplay, or is this still more of a rhythm game? Oh, this is just countering to the beat. Okay, just press spacebar then. At least I think so. Okay, you have to do both. Gotcha. I actually think it's better looking at the bottom of the screen rather than the actual enemies themselves. Yo, Zetrov, how's it going, man? Did you pick up Tang Tang and Sigrika? Yes, I picked up both of them. Working on building Sigrika right now. She's getting there. She's like 70%, 80% built. Tang Tang, I've gotten her built. I just gotta get her I just gotta get her her proper armor set, but I need to go through story first, and I want to do that on stream. Oh god, it's fucking this shit again? Oh, for fuck's sake. Well, this shouldn't be too bad unless there's like a mission where they want you to fucking get like this particular rank or something, but it should be too bad. What pushed me there? Yeah, what pushed me there? Was that an enemy or was that the was that a player or was that a what is it? Was that a the little rotating thing? I don't know what this does. Maybe I'll go. Let's just go off to the side, maybe. It's Fall Guys now. Yep, the Fall Guys game mode. People seem to really like this game mode. I don't mind it myself. It goes by pretty quickly, at least, or it goes by pretty quick, at least. Alrighty. Another rhythm game. Yep.
妄想の旅へ
What were the instructions again? I didn't read them. Looking forward to how to play next how to play every character video in any gacha game, really. The last one I made with FGO still one of my favorite videos. Yeah, people like watching them, man. Like I've never forgotten that. It's just that those kinds of videos just take me a long ass time to make. At least it was for FGO. Maybe when I start working on the next one for Genshin, maybe it won't take as long because obviously there's not nearly as many characters in Genshin, but we'll see. But yeah, I'll try to start working on it as soon as possible. Just working on it in like little increments, and then maybe one day it'll be done. Also can't wait for the one-on-one gacha series. One-on-one. Oh, the 101 gacha series. Yeah. The series where I explain. The gacha series, right? Where I explain what gacha games are really like. Yeah. Ew, Finkel. Catching me at a bad time because I gotta leave. I gotta leave here pretty soon. Actually, I'm probably gonna leave right now because I gotta go eat lunch and then a late lunch, and I gotta go head off to work pretty soon. What's my current favorite gacha? Still Arknights. Favorite gacha at the moment. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know if I can say I have a favorite gacha at the moment now anymore. I don't know, man. I just enjoy grinding all my gachas. I guess at the moment I'm more partial towards like Zenless and then Enfield. Zenless Wool at Enfield because I'm always building characters in those games. So those three for the moment. Saw the clown video. Hey, thanks for watching the clown video, man. Appreciate it. But yeah, I should be back tomorrow too, cause well, actually tomorrow's Sunday. I thought tomorrow was Monday. Tomorrow's Sunday actually. Tomorrow actually I'm not sure if I'm gonna stream. Maybe if I can I will. But I'll definitely be back on Monday, I think. Did you see the Pro Maya leaks? What, for Zenless, or are you talking about Azure Promilia? Either way, no. No to both. For Zenless, yeah, no, I haven't seen the Pro Maya leaks. I don't even know who she is. Is she the pink-haired girl we saw in the trailer or some shit? No, she's the blue-haired girl we saw in the we saw make an appearance in story and in the trailers. I think. Huh? I figured she'd be an NPC. She was just like a very, very fancy-looking NPC, but no, I guess she's an actual playable character. Purple. I see it as more blue, but I guess that could be purple too. Remiel is the pink one? Okay. More pink ladies is always a good thing. Alright, anyways. Maybe I'll check out the animations later. Alright. I'm gonna head out, boys, everybody. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Appreciate you all watching. Gotta go grab some food. And real quick before I go off to work for tonight. Let me just check who I can send you guys over to. If anybody from the usual squad is streaming right now. Let's see, Fob Master's back on Star Savior. Zodjif is also on right now playing Genshin as usual. I will send you guys over to Mr. Zodjif. Go tell him I said what's up. But yeah, thanks everybody for hanging out. Everybody for hanging out. But yeah, hope you guys see. Hopefully I stream tomorrow. If not, then I'll see you guys on Monday. But yeah, whenever I stream next, hope to see you then. But yeah, take care everybody. Go.